G'day guys, welcome back to another video. I've picked up the X-T3, I had it about a week or so, and I haven't done a lot with it yet because for one, I can't open the RAW files in Lightroom yet, so my workflow is completely out the window until I can do that. But I have been shooting some behind the scenes video with it, and I've been testing out the face detect autofocus. So today what we're going to do is test out the face detect and eye detect autofocus in a very low light situation because I'm often shooting in low light studio environment. So lighting today, I'm just using an aperture 120D with the light dome attached as our main light here. And behind us over here is another aperture 120D with the light dome mini. The model for today is the gorgeous Jessica. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And so what I'm working with is the 56mm f1.2, and I'm going to do some tests with the 16 to 55 2.8 as well, and just compare the autofocus speed and see if that makes much of a difference, because we all know that the 56mm is not the fastest focusing lens that Fuji produced, so it will be an interesting test. I'm going to be shooting some shots here at f1.2, so wide open. I've got my lights powered down pretty low. So from a stills point of view, I'm shooting at around 2000 ISO, 1.2 and around 4/500th of a second, just to keep that shutter speed up so that there's no chance of any subject or camera movement causing any blur. So it's just the autofocus that we're testing today. All right, let's get stuck into it with some stills tests, and then we'll flip over to some autofocus tests on full video. So this is going to be the first video autofocus test. Eye detect is switched on, recording 4K both internally in the camera and to an Atomos Shogun Inferno. And so you can see the box moving around for the footage. And I'm going to get Jessica to move just forward and back away from the camera, side to side, and sort of pop in and out just to see how well the autofocus picks up her face. So just walk forward for me. That's great. Just kind of pop down there. Excellent. So this is a pretty stressful test for this camera, considering we're working with the 56mm 1.2 at f1.2. You can see the camera settings there, ISO 320, 120th of a second at 1.2. And just a really slow turn. And the settings I'm using for face detect and continuous autofocus are the default settings that come with the X-T3. So I haven't made any adjustments to those at all yet. Just sort of stepping back. That's it. So it's getting pretty dark back there, but it's still managing to pick up her face and her eye, which is pretty amazing. Okay, coming forward again. So yeah, it's hunting a little bit. Alright, I'm going to switch lenses now. Okay, so now I've switched over to the 16-55 f2.8, and because our maximum aperture now is 2.8, I've had to increase my ISO to 1600 to get the same sort of exposure. So we'll just do the same test. If we can get you moving back close to the wall there, Jess, as they're walking forward. Yep. Do that again, a bit slower. You don't have to spring. It's all right.
Thank God for editing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, lucky we're not live. Okay. Definitely a bit quicker autofocus. It's picking up a bit snappier than the 1.2 on the 56. Just do that spin again. Yep. Just do one more slow down up. Alright, switch back to the 56 f1.2, but this time we're shooting at 2.8, just to see if there's any difference with a little bit extra depth of field and how it performs. So Jess, we'll just start you back at the wall again. And coming forward. One more dropping down. So there you go guys, it's the first little test on the face detect autofocus on the X-T3. Some pretty interesting results there. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. For the most part, I'm pretty impressed. In a low light situation like this, it's handled really, really well. Even on the 56mm f1.2, which kind of surprised me actually. I thought the autofocus would be a lot slower and it would hunt a little bit more compared to the 16-55 2.8. But yeah, didn't do a bad job at all. Thanks for watching guys. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. If you want to see more of these Fuji videos, I'll be putting some more out shortly. Thanks again for watching, and until we see you in the next video, ciao for now. So that's our main camera over there. Okay. So I'm just going to do a clap for audio sync.
Together, or was it just you?
Just me. Otherwise it'll get too confusing.
Yeah. I'm going to stand.
Cool. All right.
Shut up, Meg.
That's very good, Peter.